Hi guys, it's just me, Donna, again, and I am here with my good friend Violet, and she has had most of her grooming except her face. And the other day we did Cooper, and Cooper has a fluffy Bichon face, and we're going to do a teddy bear face on Violet in the Shih Tzu form. So I'm going to turn on my clipper here, and we will get going on Violet. She was a very good girl today. She's been bathed in my brand new Fetching Pet Presto shampoo, and she looks and feels her best. So here we go, Violet. Let's get your hair done. You're such a sweetie pie. Okay. I'm going to take off what I think I need with the clipper. And then, after I get it to a certain length, I will use my scissors to tidy it up. You're a good girl. Alrighty. I'm going to lift up her ear and carefully put my finger in front of it and just get some of the fine hairs that go close to the ear. But protecting her ear so she knows that I realize it's there and she doesn't have to listen to all that. And then I will bring her hair back and carefully let the clipper dish out any hair around her nose. Good girl, Violet. Good girl. And it gets all the stuff out of her eyes. Yeah, you're a very good girl. Very good. Okay. And then I would have a comb, a curved scissor, and maybe some smaller scissors just to go around the eyes. And you make sure all the knots are out before you start all this, like we talked about with Cooper. And this way you have a smooth transition into getting the face done. And I'm just going to gently shape it. I think she wants to have a cute little teddy bear face. Good girl. Good girl, Violet. You're such a nice dog. And she really is. She's a sweetie pie. She's always good for me. She gets a shorter cut in the summer. But in the winter, we keep her a little longer so she can stay warm. And that's what most people tend to do. And I am just kind of pulling out the hairs that are kind of sticking up and in different directions so that we can get it looking nice and even. And she's got really cute eyelashes too, so I'm going to try to save those eyelashes, huh? Good girl. And then I use my comb to kind of puff up her hair. Sometimes a brush will do, but certain types of hair you absolutely have to use a comb and kind of make the hair stand up as if the dog would shake, because usually when they get out of the van they shake, and then you find several hairs that you need to trim. And then I'll go with my little scissors here and just really get a good peek at what I'm doing. Good girl. And pulling up the hair, so I'm not trimming anything I don't need to trim, but I'm protecting her skin too. Good girl, Violet. Good girl. And I'm going to brush her face. Let's see. And I'm going to look at the sides. This side seems a little puffier than this. So I'm going to fluff it up and use my curved scissors. And then kind of puff that up and obviously have to be super careful because if she shakes her head, it could be not a good thing if the ear gets in the way, but we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. And as you learn to groom and work with animals, you realize safety obviously is the most important thing, because I'd rather give them a wonky haircut and keep them safe than to have something bad happen. So anyway, sometimes the animals won't tolerate certain things and you just can't do it if you cannot get it done properly. All right, let's see. So then I'm just gonna snip under here, and it seems to me every time I brush it, more hair falls forward. And that's why it's good to keep double checking things. And it seems like this could be a little bit shorter up here as well. And then I'm gonna go and look at her ears and brush them first and comb them. And I'm just gonna take the tips off. I want to keep them kind of on the long side. Oh my goodness, Violet, you look so pretty. You look beautiful. And I don't want to trim all this stuff up in the front because it'll just make the ear look really strange and short up there. You can kind of trim a hair or two if it needs it, but mostly it's just kind of shaping the back around to the front on the bottom, but not the actual area right by their eyeballs. Okay. Then I'll go to the other ear and do the same thing, where now I lift the ear in the opposite direction so that I can, you never go down like that. You always bring your scissors up and you have your fingers protecting the ear leather. And I'm not going to go close to the ear leather, but it's just a habit to continue to be in for good measure. Yeah, that looks really pretty. And I see a bunch of hairs like right up in the front. So I'm going to pull it forward with my comb and try to get a straight line across. And then sometimes it's wise to use a thinning shear just so that you can get some of the bulk out of the area. Let me see here. There it is. Okay, I found it. So this is a thinning shear. It's got several little combs on it that have blades, and I'm just gonna, and these blades are very sharp, so if she does something, it could hurt her, and you have to make sure you're just snipping hair and not too close to the skin. Very good. And that takes some of that bulk out of there in between her nose. And let's double check everything and make sure it looks even, Violet. I'm kind of giving her a sophisticated look. Violet looks very sophisticated. She's such a good girl. Aw. Are you ready to go home, Violet? I think she is. She says, I sure am. She's got a couple of whiskers. I'm going to just kind of trim off carefully because you don't want it to totally change the shape of what you just did. Okay, let's make sure your ears look even. All right. Okay, Miss Violet. And I kind of check behind the ears too, because sometimes if you forget, the hair can grow real thick back there and then they develop knots. Okay, so as you can see, Violet looks really cute and she's all done and she looks and feels her best. And I would highly recommend to go to fetchingpet.com and pick up a brand new bottle of pet shampoo today, because your pet is worth it. Thank you very much.